How are you? Good. Ready? Yes, thank you. Okay, good. Very good. So calling you to order. Three. Brian.
Here.
Medwood.
Present.
Maxwell. Yeah. Spade. Yeah. Thompson. Ms. Thompson. Vice Chair Staples. And Chair Norman. Now let's move on to the number three, please the minutes. The regular, we don't read them. The minutes. But I mentioned this is please the minutes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So then next would be oral communications from the public.
Okay, we do have a few people online, so if you have any public communication or public comments, you could raise your hand and I will. So no hands are raised.
Then number 5 would be upcoming agenda topics. Any of you have suggestion for a future agenda topic? Right, so let's move on to number 6, unfinished business. 6.1 capital improvement program public updates. And the first one is arts exhibit.
That's the next one. Actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, first it's, got it. Oh, because it was underlined. Okay, got it. Okay. So that was.
Yeah, so let's see. So for capital improvement program projects, we do have one big update. Fernanda Martinez, she's scheduling her art installation for spring, so I think she's working out some of the dates right now, but it should be within the next 2 months. So once we know the installation schedule, we'll actually make that public to invite people to come see her, and she's totally comfortable and fine with people coming and engaging with her, and while she's in the process of painting her mural. So super excited to have that in progress. And for real estate too, I know we're working so actively working with her and yeah, so I'm very excited to have Brandon Martinez for work.
Where is that gonna be?
Yeah, that's gonna be so that's Ringsdorf Park at there's 2 new kind of maintenance and restroom buildings there. So Fernanda Martinez will be at the building that's closer to Magical Bridge Playground, and then Harumo Sato is closer to the parking lot and by the big theater.
What are the dates?
We're still working out the schedule, but it should be within the next few months. So as soon as we have that determined, then I'll send out a notice to the group.
So she'll paint it, in public.
Yep.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's going
Okay.
directly onto the building. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so
So it should be about a 2-week period that she's out there. Yeah.
And then Harumo probably later in the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's probably very busy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and then some other outstanding projects. So we have the Butterfly Reflect by Looking Up Arts going into Evelyn Park. So they're working through the design of the design and incorporating that into the park and making sure. I think they're going through their building permit process and everything. So working through that project. We don't know exactly when the installation is going to be, but we'll definitely provide that information too once they're ready. And then Villa Chiquita Park, similar process, working through design and getting that incorporated into the project. And I think the timeline for the park is, for installation is later this fall, potentially November. Do you want a lot of processes here?
We have word, train station.
Yes, I do have an update on that. What I think I can just show that now. So I kept along with my notes. Okay, but- Just the images to our.
I saw in the schedule.
Yep. Yeah, so, still working out an official date, but we have finished kind of the administrative legwork. And I think there's just one final piece related to the building permit, that they're finishing up, their contractor is finishing up. And so, we should know the schedule for this, I think in the next few weeks. We'll have some dates worked out, and so again, we'll send out notice, but I think March is gonna be a really big month for art. So you know, we're hoping this will happen in March, but we'll send out notice. And for this too, so there was so much coordination with multiple different groups. We have the Visual Arts Committee, like the VTA, Caltrain, Arts Mountain View, the Historical Association. And so we want to obviously recognize all the groups that contributed to this and do a ribbon cutting for the art. So we'll be working on that and making sure we can get everyone involved. And yeah.
The bollards, are they also ocean?
Oh, yeah, everything that was on hold last
Well,
year.
there's so much on hold, right? It seems like a lot, but those things,
Years.
those things since a year or more, we're kind of ongoing.
Yeah, so as a reminder for, especially for our new RVAC members, so this project was initiated in summer of 2024. And the Visual Arts Committee selected artists to complete murals on some of the safety bollards downtown along Castro Street. And it was ultimately halted due to that the contractor state licensing board requirements for muralists. So we were told that muralists needed to get a contractor's license, and then the Senate ended up passing Senate Bill 456 last fall, which exempts muralists from contractor state licensing board requirements. And so we're able to move forward. And even better, the artists actually had agreed to work at a reduced rate at one point. We're bringing the budget back up to what we originally proposed. And so they're all going to get $1,500 compensation to do the 2 bollards. There are 5 out of the 6 who are able to complete the project, but I think it honestly works out really nicely with the placement of the bollards. The 6th location at the corner of Evelyn the bollards are a little bit awkwardly placed anyways. So I think this works out really nicely. So we're working on scheduling with everyone. There's a few moving pieces with priming the bollards, and then the city's actually going to do the anti-graffiti coating too. So kind of working on some of those logistical details and making sure that everyone can get the work done when they're available, and also within a time frame that, you know, we can do a lot of promotion and marketing and kind of activations around it and invite people to come out and see them and kind of interact again while they're putting the art up. Really excited. Again, a lot of projects that are gonna be happening. Yeah. Yeah, so these are the proposals that came in, and so Karen, she had submitted some of her work examples. I think the proposal was to kind of focus on some of the like animals and things that you'd see in Mountain View.
And just as a note, one of the artists is John Patrick Thomas, right, who's also doing the train station.
Mhm. Definitely see it. Do we know already who's doing which section?
No, I think it'll be dependent on availability. We're trying to get the sections done like block by block. So working out some like everyone's schedules to try and just fit them in, you know, to get them done within the within a certain period. Yeah, any other questions on CIP projects or other public art projects?
Buddy?
People appreciate it more than ever. They're really overlooking at the bollards that are.
Yeah, yeah, they'll be, I mean, it's almost one of the most visible things
Mhm.
we've done so far.
Yeah, yeah, and so we had the Mountain View Football Fan Fest event this weekend, and we're going to be doing kind of soccer activations for the big events happening in June and July. So we have a fun idea to paint some of the bollards that are still white, like a soccer ball. So so we may have some soccer balls.
A couple of soccer
dispersed
balls.
throughout. Yeah.
We're inviting
That's
people
good.
to like sit on them and take selfies.
Yeah.
I'll kick them.
Okay.
They only kicked them once.
There are a few people, few attendees, so if you have any public comment on these projects.
Yes.
No one's getting raised.
Let's move on to 6.2. The Center for Performing Arts exhibit. The touring, so
Wow, that was.
a lot.
Of,
It was a
a lot of good.
Good.
It was
Yeah.
really difficult.
Yeah, a lot of good artists.
Yeah, it was
this time.
really
I
difficult.
think it
more than
so
usual.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
pays off that we have more channels now where we distribute the books.
Yeah, so we get good
Right, like
stuff.
what
Yeah.
Kirsten's doing to go through all the organizations because we're getting new people.
I
Yeah.
went back, I
Good
don't know, many
quality.
times.
Because for a while we had
Yes.
very similar people.
Right.
And new people, good quality
Oh,
art.
Yeah.
Really pleasantly
It's
surprised.
not easy, yeah.
No, was it? What new channel did we introduce?
So we reached out to, should put some of this in the memo. We've reached out to Silicon Valley Creates and Local Color San Jose the last 2 years. And I'm wondering if part of it is that we just getting more exposure from those groups. And then this year we reached out to Silicon Valley Open Studios, Artist Mountain View, and some of the local school programs too. So I did reach out to Freestyle and Community School of Music and Arts.
I had the feeling there were a couple of young people.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love that.
Yeah, so I think there was a broader outreach for this latest call. And then we've noticed too on our social media, on the economic development team has a page, and we post a lot of the information about the exhibits as they come up, and we've been posting about calls for artists, and I've noticed we've gotten more artists following as of late, so.
Nice.
Yeah, so we can get into it. So just a refresher, so every year we issue this call for artists for art exhibitions at the Mountain View Center for Performing Arts. So we sent this out on December 15th, or published the call on December 15th. It closed on January 23rd. We ended up getting over 100 applications, and I think 110 of them were ultimately eligible for the project. So, so the Visual Arts Committee, you all jury, you review and score our applications from a scale of 1 to 7, 7 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. And the evaluation's based on artwork that's being proposed and then prior public experience. So I'm going to show the top 10 selections. The goal today is to choose 7 artists to exhibit through about mid-May of next year. And then there's 3 to include on a reserve roster, in case anyone becomes unavailable to
which seems to happen
Mhm.
every time.
Yeah.
So it's
How many
quite
times did that happen this year?
We did have both, we
Two?
selected two last year and both of them ultimately participated. So Robin Bernstein participated in, I can't remember in place of who, but she exhibited in at the end of last year. And then Stanislava Chenning, she is going to exhibit next month.
Okay,
After
somebody.
Don Hirschman. Yeah, so they were both selected as alternates or in the reserve.
That could be something we always offer, right? That maybe they could exhibit following season.
Yeah, okay, so these are the top 10. So separated out obviously by the top 7 and then the next 3 following that. After the 10th person, the score was below 4.12, so it was kind of the cutoff point. I put an asterisk next to 2 people because they did both have 2 1 scores. You can see that there's a range, a full range for every.
This is
Yeah.
This is
Put on
crazy.
your boxing gloves.
Yeah, and you'll end up seeing too, as we go through the photos, that there's a few people who are really similar in the style of art that they have and kind of how it presents. So I think, you know, the VC could ultimately just select to exhibit as you voted or select to kind of alternate
Like
how-
somebody else.
Yeah.
Sorry, what does the asterisk mean again? It's.
So I put the asterisks on those 2. Both of those artists had 2 1 scores, but then they also had several higher. Yeah, so then it ultimately led to the higher scores. So just kind of an interesting point of.
And
you know,
just in case, Kirsten, do you have more than 10? You have a
no,
long list?
no, because there was a kind of clear cutoff, like after the 10th person, the score was lower than that, so it kept it at the top 10.
So the difference between 11 and 10 is significant compared to 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's great,
Yeah.
actually.
So we have the-
Shouting.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So now this is starting to get into the basement. Go back through them again.
Yeah, please.
Oh,
I think the
yeah.
first ones were pretty similar, right?
Yeah, so
Oh,
before we
yeah.
jump into discussions, right, let's see if we have questions. Yeah, so I thought the same thing. They're all great. And the first, I have like 5, we have first 5 are, those 2 are super similar, and then the other 3.
Very good, so.
Yeah, I know, but and
Can
then
you
these
separate
are.
when they show though? Like, can't you just do like a? We don't need photographers, you know?
We have no photographers. Yeah, they were amazing photographers. Actually.
Is this large pieces in the book?
etching.
Are these large pieces?
I think it's collage. I think she's a printmaker. It might be layered prints on each other. She used to be a cabaret artist, so I've seen her stuff. She's doing the bollard,
Oh,
which could be a nice tie-in.
yeah. Yeah, it would be kind of fun.
Yeah, it would be kind of fun. Those are super different. The one before was quilting, that's not painted, right? That was
Yeah.
Yeah,
quilting.
we've got a couple interesting like fiber arts.
Yeah, the fiber.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And we always get fiber artists recently, which is really great.
Are there any questions?
Questions and then comments from the public. Nothing.
Is there any public comment?
Right. So the first two were quite similar, and then 3 and 4 were also very similar.
Yeah.
Right. And we have no photography, have a fiber artist again.
She probably is like alternate.
Sorry?
Fiber artist is number 8, so.
Yeah, she's number 8.
Oh, right, she's not
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
necessarily, yeah.
I almost feel like offering 1 or 2 and 3 or 4 a spot next year.
I would keep, I would go more for the difference between 6, 7, and 8. It was pretty close. So
What do you mean?
scores on
Score
6,
wise?
7, and 8 are all very similar. Do you want
Yeah,
to
they're
keep them in
close.
that same order, bring the fiber optic up? Or one of those, but the first 2 or 3 or 4, they're 5 for the group. I wouldn't want to disturb that, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But
the
the
score,
one-
you know, we scoring
Yeah,
for.
score it,
Yeah,
so-
we score,
Yeah.
otherwise.
Or at least numerically 1 and 2 are pretty big different,
Yeah, those.
far beyond.
Yeah.
The 1 and 2 for me are different enough.
They
It's
are,
really
yeah.
3 and 4 for me are
Yeah.
quite similar,
Mhm.
and they have the same score.
Yeah, could we see those again? I don't wanna jump to superficial judgments, just because they're kind of in the
That's
same
fantastic.
domain.
And we can, as we're scheduling out the exhibits,
Yeah.
can plan to separate them
That's
out.
what I was thinking.
So it's
Yeah.
not, one goes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can mix it up.
the schedule wouldn't necessarily be in this order. It'll depend on availability and all that, but we can try and make sure that some similar exhibits are a little bit spread out, so there's.
You mean out of the 7 that we eventually agree on, they don't go all at the same time?
No, there's, so every artist will get 8 weeks to exhibit. And so that's how it's been. So there's only one artist exhibiting at a time. And they rotate.
Oh, okay.
You show 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, much more traditional.
Yeah, it
This
looks
is
like
figurative.
really the same artist, right? Very similar.
Well.
I mean, you really have to get on the website and kind of see their,
Yeah.
the body, cause like, they're not even necessarily gonna present this.
Mhm.
No.
You know,
That's
so,
That's true, but
yeah.
it's like.
And one's on rice paper.
One watercolor ink.
I think they're pretty different, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this is more abstract, the other one is more traditional.
Yeah, that's fine.
For another,
It's just an observation.
Yeah.
I mean, is someone remembering some like thing they want to bring back and discuss? Like, rather than going through everybody, is anybody saying, I really wanted to see that, photography and we can look at it, but Otherwise, you got 110 artists to look
Yeah.
at.
Mm,
Not doing
no,
that
we
yet.
shouldn't, I mean,
No.
We already scored, so.
we scored, I
Yeah.
think.
Let's respect that. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Put our effort into it.
I guess I would just say the only thing I would go to bat for if we felt like we wanted to, from our 10, try to have a broader representation of mediums is the plexiglass artist in number 8, I think is some really interesting stuff and is certainly quite different from the rest. If that's a significant.
Is that fiber art?
I'm sorry, 9, sorry, my bad. I meant 9,
I
yeah.
like
The fiber
I'd go for
artist
the
as
fiber
well.
art
I know, the
personally.
fiber artist too.
That's
didn't you?
Either would be a big
fantastic.
contrast, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if you didn't know that was fiber art, if you thought it was painting, you go, man, but that's like pretty
That
remarkable.
is fiber.
That's pretty good.
Like
That's-
I'd like to bring that one back up in terms of if we look at the scoring.
But what would
So
go
this
away
is
then?
number 8,
Mhm.
correct? So the question of.
8 and 9, really. I mean,
But who would you replace them
Sure,
with?
sure, yeah.
Can you just do those last couple, Kristen,
But
on
those
the-
are also the ones that are a bit more different.
Yeah.
That's
That-
the
so
problem.
that's the
Then you
last
would have
one.
to honor those
What's,
people
what's
as well.
the 5 and 6 again? 5, 6, 7, okay. And that's 7? That's the one that has one of the bollards? Well, I don't know if they have a bollard, then maybe fiber art.
you know, it's, yeah.
And this,
Remember this.
He's
is
quite-
for people
yeah,
to
that's
sell their
unique
work.
too.
Oh, there you,
So, bollards
okay.
are
This one,
just-
all right, good point.
This is a commercial, this is time for them to sell their artwork.
Mhm.
So what's the difference in the score between that fiber art one and mixed media alcohol?
Yeah, and the.
One, maybe we should vote on 7 and 8 again. They're so close. And one is fiber art and one was the,
Well, 6, 7, 6, 7.
what do you guys
and
think?
8
Oh,
are
that's
all
what
the
I mean.
same.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
6,
should
7,
vote
and
on
8 are
6,
the
7.
Yeah, I
How
would
do you
say
feel about that? Vote on
Yeah.
6, 7 and 8 again.
I feel like I think she applied a bunch of times. Servian, yeah.
Oh, you remember?
So the.
Oh, Servant.
I would kind of hate to cut her. Just feel like she tried a bunch of times. She was on the list a few times, I think.
Well, either way, she's gonna. be
And she
back,
is
yeah.
different, right? She has
Yeah.
mixed
She
media.
has the
arts. Zoe is already getting a contract from us. She getting some
I vote, we vote for, we do another. Entertain that aura play in some way of revoting, looking at that. How to bring it up in terms of.
So so if you did go with the top 7, the 3 that they'd be included in this reserve roster, so if anyone is unavailable to exhibit, which again has happened twice this year, and I think happened at least once previous year, then in the order of how they're scored. you would
Yeah, because even
leave them in.
like number 9 and number 10 have the same score, so you can't even say that number 10 is actually
Yeah.
10.
They're very close.
There you go.
I would actually propose to make, maybe revote on 3 and 4 and because they're so similar, make one of those a
That's not fair.
reserve.
If
No,
anything,
that's
the
how I
6
would
and
do it.
7. If anything. 'Cause 3 and 4 so far above.
I would agree, looking at them again, in more detail, I don't think 3 and 4 are actually that similar, and then just like separating, I think, yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, as long as they're separated temporarily throughout the year, I think we'll be fine. Would be my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as long as we don't have like, we say one spot is for a photographer, one is for a.
We never have.
No, I'm saying as long as we don't have that, this will
Right.
happen, right?
And nobody knows if, when they walk in, what's submitted. I mean, we're the ones that looked at it all.
Well, yeah, and because the vote is how it falls, right? I tried to actually vote a couple of photographers highly because I thought we didn't have.
Yeah.
We didn't have we don't have them a lot, so, and there were a bunch of really good.
Yeah, there were some fantastic
So,
photography.
I mean, it could be something in the future,
That
right?
we just
Not
base-
for now that we would say,
Like a
we
theme
make
show, you mean?
buckets or something. I don't know how that's best done, but You know,
You
you
have to-
vote for your favorite.
Is that internally or you would
No,
have
no,
to?
no, we would have to figure out.
to Public, like, or announce that or?
No, when
Just-
we set up the rules.
Just
right, when
internal.
the call for artists goes out.
Okay,
You I mean, you have to make that,
Could you say, well, we're gonna pay special attention to like one of the shows being photography, so you could entertain more photographers?
No,
Well, then you
Yeah, that
have
would be
the
the-
ceramics and you have the
Go back home.
textile and then you have the, you know, so you could,
Yep.
But look here, we've got oil, we've got watercolor, we've got mosaics,
lot.
mixed media, I mean, we've got actually
Yeah.
a whole bunch of
Right.
stuff. Which I think is great,
Right.
so it's not.
It's all
siloed.
really good.
well, and
in one.
as I really feel 3 and 4 is very similar. We didn't have that kind of artist before, that kind of visuals. So in that sense. But yeah, I mean, we had in the past, we had the problem that the same artist had exhibited 3 times already.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
sure.
was had
That was the
already,
problem
and the
before.
person, because it's very good, he got a lot of work
Right.
from us
Right,
again.
right, right.
It might be worthwhile, you know, to think about it, how we make this not just highest vote, but also more curated in the sense of,
Yeah.
not in the sense of we pick certain artists, of course, but in the sense of we have a bucket for fiber art. or We
Right.
have a bucket for photography and fine art,
Different media.
different media, yeah. I see.
Yeah, I'll make note of that for.
For to
for the
to
call
put a little
discussion.
bit of curation in.
I like that idea.
And not just what we like the best,
Yeah.
or what we value the
What
most.
would be nice is that once we get a new person on staff who's focused on.
Could help with, because it's a
You can
tricky
focus.
question how to do
That's-
that,
that's- yeah,
right?
That's a
Yeah.
curator full-time.
Yeah.
Which, you know, who could work with the artists
Yeah.
and.
But you know what I mean, right? Like put something in it that's
Yeah.
more curation in this, so that we make sure the 7 people are in itself an interesting, exciting mix. So when people come throughout the year, they'll see something completely new and
Yeah.
different each time.
Yeah,
I actually took into consideration about the media. I always like click the information, see what media it is. Then I sorted out my top 7. That's like different, like I took that into consideration when I was shooting.
I did too, but
yeah, me
it
too.
didn't
Uh,
pan out.
yeah.
Because I'm no photographer.
so other than 6 and 7, which we've heard, are there any other kind of artists that have meta considerations? Like one has applied a lot, one is doing the bollards. Are there any other things along those lines?
Servian has applied a bunch of times but never got anything, so we're doing the bollards. I don't know the first 4, Sean, so not.
Jen, Zoe Karen is. who's
Zoe Karen.
Working on that.
Play, yeah, when I saw Aura, I
But
thought,
we also don't have a limitation on
Has Aura
how many
submitted before?
projects an artist can participate.
I don't think so.
That's so good.
Rana Davies, I think, has submitted before. For some reason, I feel like I seen those laser cuts.
Maybe.
Then 61 was also super fun, because it's more like a comic book kind of art.
Oh, yeah, I
thing. It was
really
very,
liked
very
it.
different. Yeah.
I might suggest, you know, since this is how the votes panned out, going with this election, knowing that, you know, there is a chance that
It's a big
or
chance.
Anna or Sushien could also end up participating.
Was there,
It's quite high likelihood, actually.
was there any reason that the 9 and 10 were in the order they were? Like did one get more 7s or fewer 1s or anything like that?
You know what, I think it was actually just how they appeared in the list, so,
Yeah.
so yeah, so
Oh, maybe that we could make a vote, like if they get to bumped up, then which one would?
Seems like that could happen.
Yeah, out of these 2,
yeah.
so we're ready.
We could look at the schedule and see, there is a chance we could have everyone on this list exhibit. There would be a backup, so then, it would extend our timeline enough that it would give us time for when we issue the new call, we would be able to select new
Yeah.
artists, and
So
so
you
there is a
could-
chance.
You could extend the period, including.
Oh,
If
right.
we like everyone on this
Yeah.
list, right?
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
Yay, voted, that's a good idea.
Because like eight and nine are really interesting,
They are.
really.
And
really-
itself, it makes, I like.
But you need a backup, you know, like these
So
fun.
so if we do select to exhibit all of them, the timeline would push us far enough that when we get to authorizing and issuing this next call of artists, that if we, if someone does back out, we would have to kind of maybe readjust some of the existing schedule with this group of artists. But I think we could kind of fill in the back end then.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Good.
So just understand the impact there. Some people might have more or less time than others, / it might just be empty for longer if we do that.
No, we would try and keep the 8 weeks for each exhibit, and then, if someone in the middle, say all of a sudden can't do it, then I would ask someone at the end who agreed to exhibit at the end to
Jump in.
come up
Come on.
and fill that space, so we would always have it full.
Yeah.
And then we just pull in the next call, right?
Yeah, I would essentially just go down the list and call people.
It
and
may
say,
delay the start of the next call.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do we can make a motion for this?
Yeah.
No,
Should we make a motion?
I just, can I mean,
Go ahead.
for a little bit longer, I'm still doing this. No, I just wanted to ask, I wanted to say that, there's always people we selected and some we selected highly who couldn't do it. That could also be part of the curation that we ask those people back. Like, when we have, like if Aura
Oh, I
can't
see.
exhibit
We do it the
this
next
time, right, because she's an alternate.
Oh, we keep on
Or
a
in the
list.
past exhibit, we
list.
had people who were number 2 or 3 on our list, but they, for some reason, couldn't exhibit. I just wanted to mention that could also be something that we be a bit more deliberate about, that we say we had those 3 people we actually wanted to come and exhibit, but they couldn't make it, so we invite them we invite them at least to apply again. And then, so that they could.
I think given the process, we would want to invite them to apply again, and then we
Yeah.
would be going through the same process, because there may be applications that come in that the group decides, well,
Yeah.
this is preferable for whatever reason, or if there are changes to the call where you're holding space for
And it
you
would
want
be up to us to know. Unless you wanna create some kind of honorary role, like, that'll be a new thing, that'll not be this category,
Yeah.
like each members of the committee say, like, this 4 week, each of us will choose the one that's like we really like the most, but that, not necessarily the group like the most. That'll be a new category.
Yeah, it would have to be a future discussion about
Yeah.
the future call too. We wouldn't be able to do that for this call.
Yeah, that would be something for the future. Okay. So we're in agreement?
What's the motion?
So who wants to formulate the motion? I make a motion that we will extend the exhibition time to allow all 10 artists, if available, to get a chance to exhibit. A second. That good? Okay. All in favor?
Faster than last year.
Oh, jeez, okay, yeah, no, they,
Now we get 10 and 5.
I don't remember why that happened, but it was a.
Okay, so 6.3. Performing arts assessment subcommittee. On Hirschman.
That's going to happen next week. I hope you're all coming.
Next week, right? Next week.
Next
Yeah.
Thursday?
Yeah, I was bummed.
Tuesday.
So what is going to happen? I forgot my notes, sorry.
I was out of town, so I couldn't go.
Yeah, you weren't.
Yeah.
you weren't.
I wasn't.
Well, so,
But,
yeah, the
so-
events-
Yeah, we decided we have first a little mingle and we'll have some refreshments and then we go in to the theater for the talk and then who was going to do the MC?
So David
David.
Garcia with the Performing Arts Committee, he's going to moderate the talk. He's an artist and musician himself and I think as an educator, and he has an interest in the exhibit and was really excited. And so I think it's gonna be a super interesting talk. Don Hirschman is very energetic and just really interesting to listen to. He has a full background and the exhibit itself is amazing. If you haven't had a chance to see it yet in person,
I haven't done
I'm
that.
always shocked by exhibits once you see them in real life. But yeah, it's the moderated talk will be about an hour. We could go longer than that. He has a lot to say. And there will be time at the end to again kind of mingle and talk and look at the art and talk with Don one-on-one out in the lobby. So we'll hold the discussion second stage and go back out.
Do we know how many tickets were ordered?
The last I checked last week, there were over 70 that were sold. So I think we have to account for some of those people not showing up. The tickets are free. This was our experience, at least with the technology showcase panels. We sold out and then probably half the people showed up. But I think this will be a really good way to see or to gauge kind of the interest in holding these types of events and how we can proceed with them in the future.
And the mingling starts at 5:30, the panel starts at.
Yeah, mingling starts at 5:30. There will
And
be
6,
food and drink,
6, I
wine.
think was,
Yeah. Yeah,
Six
one,
is that.
one thing to note too, we, no discussion of committee business at the event. But just be mindful of kind of Brown Act rules and how we're engaging, but this is an open to the public event that is unrelated to committee business and solely focused on the artist and hearing about his exhibition and his experience.
Are kids allowed?
Yeah, all ages.
We should distribute that in our networks. As we can.
Any other questions? Oh, there's no public anymore.
Any comments?
yeah, we should put a poster, there should be a poster on
Oh.
the door to the theater.
Yeah,
About the reception.
yeah.
I saw there's postcards like on the little tables inside, but not right at the door.
Yeah.
So if you,
I did print some out. Before you leave, I'm gonna go run in and grab those. Back in here.
I can tell you have a lot going on. All right, very cool.
I hope.
All right, so moving on to 7, business, 7 fund election of chair and vice chair.
Okay, so every year, the committee elects the new chair and vice chair. Susie has graciously dedicated 2 years to serving as
And is
chair.
graciously passing it on.
I think typically the chair position has gone to the vice chair, but there, can be a nomination process and you're willing to dedicate some time to running the meetings and, we invite the chair and vice chair to join us at Silicon Valley Creeks roundtables and represent the committee at certain city meetings.
But it's really not a lot of extra work, I would say. Like once a month agenda meetings, that's probably the most you do extra then, actually. So who's interested? Who wants to nominate?
We should, I think,
I,
Peter should
I already said to Susie, and I don't know how you feel. I already travel a lot this year. I have a few trips planned, so I don't know how many meetings I'll miss. That'll be, I don't know.
When do you take the position?
It'd be a next
Now.
meeting.
now, basically.
I think probably, probably just the next.
So that the
meeting.
assistant,
I mean, I
whatever,
feel like.
would run the meeting? Or did you step in when she's gone?
the vice
No,
chair.
there's a
would-
vice chair.
The vice chair would step in, so my feeling is, I mean, Regina has a lot of experience, she's done it
Just
2
do it.
years
When are
already.
you gonna be gone? What months? So
June,
you know in advance.
August.
there's
have a
probably
meeting
not
in
one in August,
Yeah, we don't meet.
there's no
No
meeting in
August?
August.
Okay.
So one and
Yeah, so that's,
Oh, well.
and that's why you have a vice chair.
And we pick a vice chair who's around
Yeah.
a lot or more. Still,
All right.
it's interesting.
Around even what?
Because I felt like the 2 year is actually good. It's good to pass it on. I don't think
Oh,
it
you
should
wanna
be
do it again?
longer. No, I think good to, but I'm just saying, like whoever wants to do it, I think I would also be very in support of people for 2 years if they want to, because that's nice for.
I don't understand. You hold the position for 2 years?
No, that's not a rule. You hold it
Re-elected.
Every year.
Re-elected a year ago.
was the vice chair for 2 years
Oh,
now.
got it. So you got the.
Yeah,
But in
So-
part, we were also keeping,
I just wanted to say it's kind of nice. The 2 years thing is kind of nice.
Well, especially because. we
Vice chair
were,
for 2 years?
Strategy.
I like that. I got it.
You two were.
So then it was easy for you to step in is what you're saying, because you knew the rope.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could I usually come, I can step in as well.
Yeah. Well, that's a given, girlfriend.
When he wants it.
So,
So we should, I don't see why. I don't see any impediment.
Okay.
we've in full support, Regina. We
Yeah.
feel like,
We vote on the whole slate or one at a time?
Who wants to be vice chair?
so we settling on the chair, I hope. So who wants to nominate themselves, who's interested?
For vice, you mean, or to?
For vice chair,
From-
for vice chair. Vice chair.
I'm around. I can do it. The other veteran is Tutu. I'd like to be vice chair.
So the longest serving people are Tutu and Cliff, then Regina and me, and you.
I'm like writing, I'm like half, I'm thinking like what responsibility?
It's mainly to run the meeting.
And you step in.
Regina would run the meeting when she's here, right?
Yeah.
And you
We
have
meet once a month.
One a
um,
month.
For an agenda setting.
You almost need to think in the future though, because if you take the vice, then you're gonna probably step up to chair, so you should, I would think, whoever takes vice needs to be
ready for that,
willing to take the
and
next.
needs to be around. I think that to
Yeah.
me is an important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard when but I can definitely do it, but I feel like then we have a lot of back and forth if that happens.
It's good to get new blood, should we say?
Yes, I very much think. so.
And have the knowledge of, deep knowledge around.
I've got a situation where I'm taking care of my mom who lives across the country, so I'm gonna be not around.
Around.
I'll be gone.
Available.
I'll be gone May and September, so otherwise,
I'll be going
the following
monthly.
year I'll probably be here.
What do you think, Regina?
I mean, again, I think unfortunately I'm a bit in the same boat. I definitely am interested. I just don't, I have a lot of potential travel this year that I don't think I have anything locked in other than probably
Yes.
October.
Okay, but I do wanna say, remember when you decided to join the
I know, we
committee?
had, yes.
Not just to you, just to the group and
Everybody,
broadly, that
yes.
there was a commitment.
Well, I wasn't
to
thinking
joining
that, and then
these.
it came up.
You said you were gonna be on,
It's
right?
not, you know.
Oh, right,
we
this one
always
isn't a big
want-
deal, yes.
yeah.
I'll make a motion for.
It's 9 meetings, it's 9 meetings a year.
Yeah.
There's no January and there's no July and
the motion for Cliff.
And the agenda meetings are online. There's Zoom voting with Kirsten.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's I'll defer to Tutu.
Oh, well, I was gonna say then you're happy to also next time be the chair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I mean, we have, Tutu and I have this year and next year,
Oh,
correct?
Are you coming out?
yeah, you have this year and next year because we have.
I think we're
Just
done in
refreshed,
2028.
Twenty
Is this the
twenty.
second year or third year?
27 or 20.
This is the third year.
No, I
It's
think-
five for me, so it's the third year for
Because
you.
we did one
I
year.
wanna say
of the
I've been
term.
longer than 3 years.
But you were this your
You
second.
you guys are up at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came on with
Twins
you
at that.
guys at the second, so this is our third year?
Is this your third year now?
I think so. Is
Time
it,
has
Kristen?
passed.
No, that can't be it, the second year.
I think we started.
I feel like it's a third.
Oh, now we're completely.
I've been here a year.
This is her second, this is your second.
Beginning of second.
Beginning of second, this is the beginning of third for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beginning of.
Oh, you came on with.
Yes, with Tutu and Cliff.
It's a 4-year thing, is that?
So you would be on 1 year and then your last year you'd be,
Chair, if Regina doesn't do.
Chair.
so.
This is my second year, second term.
You would still have
I have 2 more years.
2 more years.
And if you do decide to be vice chair.
No, you have 3 more.
You don't have to serve.
This year and 2 more.
Yeah,
3
there
years.
can be a
so
change in that too.
2 years of chair.
you could do two, and then if Cliff wasn't gonna go on for after, someone else could take vice
Yeah,
the following year. That's what I.
we figure that out
Yeah,
next year.
yeah, so that's.
If you guys wanna
unless
switch
you-
it around.
Unless you took
or
it and then
if you
someone
wanna
else
leave it
takes
the
vice,
same.
whatever.
I'm fine.
Let's just see what.
Can you,
Let's just say
I
for
guess my
this year.
question is, can
and-
they serve
Exactly.
again, or is it only?
No, only 2 terms.
So you're out in 2 and you guys are out in 2?
No, I'm starting my second year.
This is the second year of our term. We have a year more.
Oh, yeah,
than-
that's right. You came
than
back on your
Cliff and
second
Tutu.
term with Stephanie.
Because they started a year.
That's right.
So 3 more years.
Oh.
You have 3 more years, you have 2 more years.
Got it. Okay.
And we're all on our second term, so we got to turn
Got
out,
it.
right?
And I'm on my
After
first,
that.
so I have another.
So before that happens, some of you guys
I'll
should step up.
I'll definitely want to do it, and my travels are totally.
Remember, we're gonna have the board strategy. That's gonna change.
That's true.
That's gonna be-
That's true.
It'd be exciting. That would be really exciting.
Yeah,
All right. I'm making a motion that we elect Regina as our
Second.
chair and Cliff as our vice chair.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Can I, just another question about this term thing. So if you leave, because I know like city council, they leave and like come back. People do that with arts committee too?
sometimes it does. I mean, like Jesse came back, in part, I think, because there weren't any applicants. So they reached out to Jesse.
Well, and because because the strategy was ongoing,
Correct.
Dawn and
Yeah.
Jesse asked for stay on for a third term because the whole strategy thing seemed to happen quickly and they wanted to stay on and it didn't. happen that
Okay.
quickly.
I'm honestly not sure of the specific rules. It could be just the city council ultimately appoints whoever joins the committee, so it'd just be a decision. that they
Yeah,
make.
I mean, it's ultimately up to that subcommittee of the city council.
City council, yeah.
Mhm.
Usually appointees.
Pick whoever,
But usually it's 2 terms and then like.
but usually it's 2 terms, so 18.
All right.
I'm handing over to you.
Oh,
You need to continue. I remember that Jessie did that with me.
Oh, you did?
Yes, yes.
Bring us home.
Did you pay attention?
Did you pay attention all those years?
I brought a little bit,
So
spring for the Chinese New Year.
That's so
cute.
So they're the candy inside. It's
Oh, they are very cute.
Ew.
Look at that.
super
Awesome.
I wanna see all of them. They are so sweet.
It's right now.
17 is the New Year Day or New Year Eve or whatever.
Cute.
They're super cute.
Those just not.
I brought one for you. Yeah, there's 7.
All right, let's finish the
Yes.
business first. So who wants to do a motion for the vice chair?
Oh, that's done.
Yeah, it was all.
Oh, that's
It's all done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you move on to 8.
Okay, we're done with 7.1. So 8, committee staff comments, questions, and committee reports. Okay.
Okay, so we have some new feedback on the public art strategy, and I think all this information was in the Downtown Digest, if any of you received that, but so this is just a little snapshot of some of the survey responses that we received. So we ended up getting 306 total survey responses, which I think was fantastic. And you know, you can see 468 participants through the in-person engagement. Again, fantastic. And then this is a snapshot of the responses. So people really want to see murals, and I encourage you to check out this inflatable art at the end of the meeting too. You'll see murals written all over it. We will get a transcript of all the feedback that was given on these two. Some of them are literally just kids' names, but but there's a lot of fun ideas on there too. And then functional art being the second, so like maybe garbage bins or benches or bike racks, and then sculptures being the third highest. And then where to place art, people really want to see more art in downtown Mountain View, which I think we've heard in a lot of the discussions that we've been having with people too. A lot of people are really interested in seeing murals downtown. And then the second and third are parks and trails, and then transit areas. So our bus stops, the train station, the downtown train station or San Antonio. I think bus stops are probably fun one too. And then role of art in Mountain View. So the top response was providing opportunities for people to experience art that enriches their lives. The second, bring a sense of whimsy and delight to everyday spaces. And then the third, support the growth of the local arts community. So this is, again, just a snapshot of the feedback. So we will be, our Builds community is working on kind of compiling some of the feedback that we got into trying to understand the themes and like across the written responses and how people responded to the multi-choice questions. So we'll come back hopefully next month, if not by the following month, with just an overview of what those themes were, what they look like, and kind of the direction that this strategy is headed. And so we've also started kind of thinking about blending the visual arts committee strategy with the public feedback, with the stakeholder feedback that we've been getting. The stakeholder meetings have been really fun, honestly, really interesting. And we just had the artist stakeholder meeting the other week, and I think it was just really enlightening and hearing what artists are interested in, what kind of support they want, and kind of what they want to see in Mountain View. And I think it really aligns with kind of what the Visual Arts Committee wants, with what the public has said they want to see too. So I think it'll be easy to kind of combine these things, but we're working through that now. We do have a little bit of a new timeline update. So there's a lot of competing things to bring to the city council. So right now we're looking at fall of 26, and I believe it's going to be in September. But as some of these agenda items and things get finalized with the city council, we'll obviously keep everyone updated on what the timeline looks like. So that gives us, spring through summer to really finalize and fine tune what the strategy looks like. And so, we intend to bring kind of those themes to you guys to just think about, and then we'll bring the draft strategy for your review before that goes to city council. So that'll be 2 separate meetings. And then I just sent out an email today. This is fun. I know Multicultural Fest has been brought up at these meetings before. So the next festival is May 2nd, and this is held by the Community Services Department. They do, they have booths representing different cultures, and they have performances, and there's art that's going to be displayed in the City Hall Rotunda in the lobby. And so I just sent out information about this kind of open art opportunity to our artist network, people who were interested in receiving news about the public art strategy, and I forwarded information to the group too. It was included in the same email that had information on Don Hirschman's event. So if you just scroll down, if you missed it, scroll down, you'll see it. So there's an open application to include. You can exhibit your art pieces or
Select those.
that's the community services team. So they'll really look through kind of all the applications and see, I think, holistically, making sure they're getting representation of different groups and for the exhibits and the performances and booths.
And those for grown-up artists, not for young artists.
I think anyone.
Anyone?
Yeah.
But then your, 11-year-old is not gonna compete and get ahead of a mature artist.
No, well, I think what they want to do is showcase people all throughout the community. So, yeah, I don't think it's not necessarily based on the biggest level of experience that an artist has. It's more based on just the representation of all of the cultures that we have in Mountain View, the diversity that we have in Mountain View.
So artists should live in Mountain View.
Yeah, there's gonna be a preference for people who are Mountain View based. Yeah, or they may expand it a little bit beyond there, but yeah, there will be a preference for people who are Mountain View.
Can we say one more time, which committee is it looking after? I just reach out to
There's
them.
no committee. It's so it's the Community Services Department. They put on the event. They're taking in all these applications and they're running this. So the email would be recreation@mountainview.gov. If you have questions.
They're the ones who did.
No, actually, the Dia de Muertos was put on by it's the Multicultural Engagement Program. And that group really leads most of our translation interpretation services. They led the Spanish and Chinese leadership academies. And I don't know if that program's going to continue with that group or if community services might take it on, but
It was spectacular.
amazing.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. And if you think about how they had exhibits they had the altars throughout City Hall, but they had some art pieces up in the rotunda too. And so, it's showcasing just a variety of experience levels and just diversity and representation across the city.
It's an agenda topic that you suggested. Pick that up. So,
Yep.
I'll make a connection.
Especially in today's world, this is really important. That's really good.
Very cool.
One other question, are you still on board to propose an addition to your staff to propose on art? Is that still going forward?
Yeah, as I understand it, I think the request to add a staff person is going to council end of the month. I think that's the mid-year budget update.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
that's on
still,
the-
yeah, still proceeding. Mhm.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, I would imagine, just, you know, knowing how long some things take. It probably wouldn't be added until, or like, we wouldn't be able to finish the process of bringing someone on until maybe later this year,
Yeah,
but.
yeah, but it's moving forward. It
Yeah.
hasn't been. It's hopefully
Yeah.
just-
Mhm. All updates on that?
We take no comments from the public.
There's no other attendees online.
All right, then we can adjourn at 7:10.
So did you train people on the method of, you know, the procedures of